Alright, topic 9, identifying here back errors, advanced exercises. Note, instruction, remind participant, repeat, complete, inaccurate, readback authority, remind participant, improvements, here back errors. Purpose of the topic to provide with a more challenging practice, identify with the here back error, with the directive, with the add, with the link, with the exercise, more with the difficult, with the improve with the participant, here back error skill, one with the mentally demand, with the 1.5 hours approximate time, material with the railroad dispatch communication videotape Q9, videotape player and monitor handout, one copy with each of the handout advanced exercise of the segment 1, 2, and 3. Each participant copy the bingo cards, one each of the participant. And to do with the purpose of the top of the tail of the participant you are about to play with the dispatcher, communicate with the track happens with the dispatchers know with the scripts of the tapes. You of the topic provide with the reference about you should not distribute to the group. Answer keys to each of the exercise are included at the end of the topic. Instruct the group is a list with the tape of the mark on their handouts with the readback here back with each of the communications correct with the incorrect with the why the readback here back is wrong. Any of the incorrect exchanges. 3. Strive with the tape of the play with the first segment with the entirety. Segment 1, you with the footage video is trained with the distract is a distractor. Make sure the group you with the video monitor, but do not mention the distractor. With the segment 1, train CCSWEZ04 South Shore to display. Train CCSWE01 would like to show the train tour of the main at Madison. Make with the cut of these bad order cards with the 7 of them off in the rip track. The track numbers SOU 50132 SOU and 19056 over OKCSSWE01. I'll line up the tour of the Madison, settling off on 2, and then on the rip of the SOO 50132 SOO 19056, let's know the assume of the fun back on the train. So with the SOU was the wrong one. Who could do dispatcher let you know with the tied up with the train, okay? Dispatcher number 10121 needed to take the V stop of the Pelham over to number 101 the E stop of the Pelman over out, so they misspelled. That's also a fanatical spell home phone. Dispatcher foreman, okay, put the Dodge Street crossing after the passenger train in 102, the engine 11 to 12 goes east over. Foreman George has permission to put the Dodge Street crossing after 102, engine 11 to 12 goes east over. Okay, out, that one's correct. Dispatcher of the LC 48 engine IC 5044 turns spur track north southward. Dwarf signal wood is out of service with further notice prior and instruction foreman chase over. LC 488, tower track south of the southward, dwarf signal wood out over the service further the notice instruction foreman chase over. Dispatcher, that's right, LC 48 out. That one might be correct. Dispatcher track warrant number 21, June 19th, 1990, CNE, the engine WC4414 north of Hart, line 4, proceed, Hart, HART, Holmes, HOLMES, number 2, track, line 7, the note effective until after the engine, CR304, 304, south, SOUFTH, Hart, HART, line 17, other instruction call to dispatcher 1345, 1345, dispatcher RG over, WC4414 track warrant number 21, June 19, 1999, C engine work WC4414 North Hart, line 4, proceed to Hart, HRAT Holmes, HOLMES, number 2 track, line 7, not in effect until after the arrival of CR304, 304 South, SOUTH, Hart, HART, line 17, other instruction called dispatcher with 11445, 1445 dispatcher RG over, and you see the difference in the dispatcher 1445 and 1344. Dispatcher WC 441 okay to 12:30 300 hours. Dispatcher RGE over WC 4414 okay 12 and a half. Copy with the conductor Layfond and out. Or a dispatcher rail grinding unit track car authorized to operate at 50 miles per hour with a 90 speed with the maximum speed of the freight train, with stopping all of the trains, bring frogs in, producing 1 mile per hour over them over. Rail grinding unit authorized to operate 50 miles per hour with a 90 speed with the maximum speed of the freight, stopping at all of the spring frogs, proceeding 1 mile an hour over them. Okay, dispatcher, this is correct out. When the segment one is ended at the top of the table, the one at the beginning of the segment asks if the volunteer his or her aim for the first communication and confirming the correct answer with the answer key. Reply with the message. Go over the answer. Repeat with the process of communication segment one. When you go over the answer with segment one, ask if the group of the question list respond with a flip chart. With what effect would the visual, the distraction have the ability to do readback, feedback errors? What common the distraction did in common when you're on the job? What techniques do you have the focus of listening when you're on the job? And in segment two, footage of the film of the wildlife added to the audio exercise with the distract with the info in the group that will asking the question, what is the shown on the footage addition with the use of the area of the identification area of the play segment two. Segment two. Dispatcher Tower Operation Queens. I have a slow order. I need to give it all eastbound with the number 2 track. Okay, the dispatcher stops display with the east of the VDA. Switch number 42 east to the west 45 east. Signal 7 and 5 east for them to read the copy over the BDA with the 42 and 47. Which was signal 7 and 5 and 1422. So we have signal 42 east and 45 and 45 is wrong and 47 is wrong. Call east of the eastward question on the DNIC with the 25 miles per hour, the number 2 track between the Queens and Valley with dispatcher VR over. To see any eastward train Queens, the DNIC 225 miles per hour, the number 2 track between Queens and Valley. Dispatcher VRE over. To dispatcher of the authority to enter the main track at Salem Grand with the Salem Switcher engine 1724 with the movement of east over. Engine 1724, okay, authority to enter the main track Salem Grand at Salem Switcher engine 1724 moving the eastward over. Dispatcher over. Dispatcher, former team track circular permit number 44 with a 44 date with a March 9, 1999 track with the car foreman and dance on the Rosemount line R with the track number 2 track circular 6767 and run for the Rosemount ROSEMONT Hall with the Hall to Hall HALL, enter eastward track Hall with HAL, Bradford, BRADFORD, westward track until 3:55 p.m., 3:55 over. Form dance and TC permit number 44 for the March 1999 track car form and dance in Rosemount line R with the track number TC with 67.6 over the Rosemount and the Hall. Eastward track Hall, Bradford, westward track until 3:55 p.m., 3:55 over. Dispatch made complete 3:30 p.m., 3:30 the dispatcher 4G 4JS over foreman dance and made complete 3:33 p.m. 3:30 the dispatcher 4JS to receive foreman dance and over dispatcher okay out. Topic for train 44, dispatcher 56 with the train number 44 would like the permission to back up at the Forbes station on the slid with the handicapped ramp of the 4 to 5 car lengths over. Dispatch train 45, okay, back up to Forbes over, and the train number was wrong. Okay, reverse the move to Forbes out. 5. Dispatcher single maintainer Lynch over the gap of the track light with the westward of the track between the Russell Cove that I just have with the westbound go to the tell me with the rough spot with the brown mail post 89 when I got one more westbound Justin with the Dardium with the eastward just coming on the shop over. Single MTR Lynch for the located dispatcher for the track light at westbound check out over the rough of the spot around reported around the mail post 89 westbound and shop with the river and eastbound passing shop now over. Dispatch okay, let me know what you find. I have find some foul time if I need you to put the speed restrictions out over. Okay, dispatcher out. I think that one's pretty much correct. Dispatcher number 128, I would like to hold the West Morris station on the 218, running 12 minutes late over. Dispatcher, without waiting for 128, to acknowledge number 218. Okay, come along to the West Medford station over, and that's wrong. Number 128, thinking of the dispatcher's hold of the now, okay, to come into the Westmore station, okay, with a 2-8 out of the word coming into the station in West Morris. Okay, so the dispatchers told you it was West Morris, and it wasn't West Morris. Chapter 7 Extra Union Pacific 2701 north to 1915, 1 miles per hour passing PASSING, track number denials and mile post number 155 with 1.5.5 over. Extra Union Pacific 2701 north to 1915, 1 miles per over the passing track with mile post 16.11.6.5 mile over. Yes, at half 11:30 a.m. The dispatcher LMK over. Oh, UP Pacific 1701 North. Okay, 11:30 a.m. The dispatcher LMK. Copy the conductor. French out. French out. 7. With segment 2 would end with a quiz of the participant with the content of the video with a sample of the question. Kind of the animals did you, what kind of animals did you see in the video? The following animals appear over the video: moose, seal over the mountain goats, bears, quail, antelope, seagull over the caribou, the deer, the yellow bird, intercept with the billhorn, sheep with the elk on the prairie, chicken over the squib with the red-winged blackbird, turkey, ducks, heron, geese, buffalo with the turtle, with the beaver, the ram, with the groundhog, with the baby prairie dog. The review of the audio excerpt of the day with the first excerpt of the segment 3 with the distract of the game of the bingo of the open. The distractor is a game of bingo. Option further motives 2 with the otherwise provide with the winning bingo. Plus 7 with the bingo cards of the group with the copy with the bingo cards appendix A. See the card number 13 with a guaranteed winner example explained with without the similar audio. Except with the heard with the participant with the must off the head of the video man with the bingo cards will be displayed. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Our card 13 is a guaranteed winner explained while the similar audio excerpt heard for the participant must also look up at the video miner with the bingo calls will be displayed. Call will change with about every 6 seconds. Play to type. This will not be a winner until the audio exercise is finished. Remember the card 13 is a winner. Segment 3. This person with a 7-on-1 path to the top signal with the Welsh will proceed with the number 2 with the TWO track with the number 11010 and 1NOE track with the improper line switch with the proceed with the speed with the next signal block 1655 with the spread for the RTO with the over train 701 with the permission 701 the path for the top signal with the Welsh and with the proceed with the number 2 track with the number 1 track check with the improper line switch to proceed with the restricted speed with the next signal 1655 RTO over okay out. Training 1504, train 1504, dispatcher cap signal, Canadian Pacific 257 with a flip to the restriction, flip for restriction, approaching restriction number 2 track at the port over, cap signal with the Canadian Pacific 257 slipping with a restriction to do an approach on the number 2 track at the port, take with a more restrictive signal, alcohol with the signal maintainer over, okay with the most restrictive with the signal on train 1504 out. Dispatcher pilot conductor, you're going to send with the 2 westbound with the number 124's engine 1305, engine 1305, number 146, engine 1500, 1500, arrive with the 3rd train west, this number 126, engine 1112 with 111. 2. You'll need an eastbound point with the number 125, engine 1052, and 1052 with the ride 125 eastbound with the junction over the set westbound number 124, engine 1305, 1305, numbers 146, engine 1500, and 1500, 3rd train west change 127, 126 to engine 11112, ride number 125, engine 1052 east of the junction over. Okay, dispatcher over. Dispatcher YFX71 while you make the 27th car east of the number 36 river you have a clear lead to the west east ends of the cut road cross in the middle of the track over. YFX71 okay, 27th car show off of the 36 river clear the lead of the west end and cutting east on the crossing in the middle of the track over the OKYXF71 out. Number 5, topic identifying readback, hearback errors, advanced exercise. Dispatch train 444. I have the report broken fence at Anderson Farms. Where there are some sheep near the track, you have the run through with the restricted speed with the predator stop short with any sheep with the over. Train 441. Okay, report broken fence at Anderson Farm. With sheep near the track, run through the restricted speed, prepare with the stop short at any sheep over. Thanks 444. Dispatcher out. That one's correct. Sperry car with the SRS 145 West End dispatcher. We found with a defect with Lloyd's number 1 track. We'll need to walk the next train over. Pull it out of service with the team with the rail over. Give me an exact location of the Sperry car 1445 over. Give it the Sperry car. Give it the next train of the location CP Canadian Pacific 257 and the Powder House switch over. Okay, number 1 track train CP 257 the Powder House switch. After number 23 goes by, I can fix you up to take the track out of service over. Train 1888 dispatcher. We stopped at the Canadian Pacific 2. We stopped here at CP 229, ready to copy over. Number 1888 18888. Engine 6767 remain when you're standing on the number 2 track Canadian Pacific CP 229 until extra 2008 2008 East arrives over. Train 1888 number 1888 18888 engine 6767 remains while standing on the number 2 track CP 229 until extra 2008 208 west arrives over, and the error there is a miss of a 0 on the extra 2008. Okay, complete 1339 SHM over. Complete 1339 dispatcher SMH copy engine Smith out. Our dispatcher light engine with the 309 with a bituminous CP4040 CP72 with the automatic block signal on the westward track out of service with the manual block signal with the rules in effect. Block station established Kirk and Swanson, Glide and Gaver over. Light engine 309 CP4040 CP772 automatic block signal on the westward track out of service. Manual block system rules in effect. Block station established Kirk and Swanson, Klein and Garvel over. Klein and Clyde were different. Okay, 1822, the dispatcher LKB out. 19 engine 208 East run extra Patterson CP 229 299 Black occupied 2008 east of the pass stop signal CP 228 proceed restricted speed to CP 229 where 1888 18888 engine 67 stands disabled over. Engine 2008 engine 2008 east EAST run extra Patterson to CP 229 extra 2008 East EAST pass stop signal CP 2228 to 2228 proceed to 229 where 1888 engine 67 stands disabled over. Dispatch OK 2008 complete 1343 SHM over. Engine 208 complete 1332-23, which would be 43. HMS copied engineer Pope out and OK out. 9. Review the answers of the audio exercise of this answer. With this, ask for the group of the question and list of the response flip chart. What technique do you use to keep the both of the audio segment in the bingo game? The situation do you enter with a job in which you may pass with attention more than one thing at one time? When techniques do you use the job to handle these situations effectively? How do you prioritize when you find yourself busy or distracted? Alright, call sign and dispatcher. The CCSWE04 was incorrect. Read back call number S00 in 19056 instead of SOU 19056. The train, that was a substitution. Train 1012 was incorrect. Incorrect readback V instead of E on the homophone. Formo George was correct. LC48 was incorrect. Incorrect readback tower track instead of tower spur track. Direction south instead of the north. Emission submission. Train WC 4414, incorrect readback time 14:45 instead of 13:45. Substitution rail grinding unit was correct. The caller dispatch segment 2 tower operation was incorrect. It readback switch number 47 instead of 45. Substitution in 1724 was correct. Track foreman Danson was correct. Train 44 was incorrect. Incorrect readback train 45 instead of 44. Incorrect acknowledgement substitution omission of the train number responses. Signal maintainer was incorrect. Instead of the readback location westbound part shop instead of the past Darden substitution. Train 12828 was incorrect. Reads back instruction well intended to be for 2818 wrong recipient. Upon Union Pacific 2701 North, incorrect readback spelling does not spell out passing location milepost 16.5 instead of 15.5. Alright, call sign dispatcher, train 701 was incorrect. Incorrect readback spelling sign, signal location, does not specify block signal emission. Train 1504, incorrect readback speed approaches instead of approaching restriction substitution. Pilot coordinator neglects mention of the meeting of the point omission YFX 71, not correct. Incorrect readback track move in the clear of the west and cover the east instead of the clear of the west east substitution. Number 444 was correct. Sperry car was correct. Train 1888 was incorrect. Incorrect readback engines 208 instead of 2008. Location west instead of east. Emission substitution. Light engine 3009 is incorrect. Incorrect readback blocking device manual block system rules instead of manual block signal system rules. Location Klein instead of Clyde. Emission substitution. Engine 20008 was incorrect. Incorrect readback block occupancy omitted block occupancy omission. Instruction to determine the readback hereback is correct. Identify errors on the detection. Show the callbacks 1 through 6, 1 through 7, 1 through 9. And then we have the summative test and course evaluation.